Guys, I just found a JC Jetson product, which means the murder drones is real. They exist. Now we can finally see our favorite disassembly drones like N, J, and V. Alright, so I can't really find the best transition for the video, but this is one, I guess. So we all know that Murder Drones has ended in August of 2024. And honestly, this is one of my favorite animated series. Well, I do have my nitpicks and criticisms, though I do like most of the stuff in the show, like the plot, the fight scenes, and of course the characters like Uzi, N, Doll, Jay, etc, etc. But for me, V stands out like a sore thumb. So today, I'll go into why I don't like V's character from Murder Drones. We'll go into her role in the story and then talk about my opinion on her character. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go jump into it. Serial Designation V is a murder drone sent by JC Jetson to exterminate the worker drones in a planet called Copper 9 alongside J, the leader of the group, and N, which he's N, alright. In the pilot, we see V as a sociopathic drone who takes pleasure in ruthlessly murdering worker drones and often laughs menacingly during her attacks. And that's all we see in the pilot. In episode 2, not a lot is shown of her except the beginning seeing N and V's past trauma and her noticing Uzi's solver symbol, which she might know of. In episode 3, V gets her time to shine. I'll roll a clip from the episode because I don't know how to explain it for some reason.
I'm not freeing you for prom murder, V. Jay went hollow spooky snake crab, and we maybe grew up in a haunted mansion. Aren't you worried we have no idea what we even are?
Promise me you and that purple thing will stop prying into that stuff. If you free me now, I promise we'll only kill what we need to survive. Just you and me, Anne.
So basically, V knows about those stuff with the look on her face, though us, the audience, don't know what it really is, and she responds that him and Uzi shouldn't get into that stuff. We also learn that V is friends with Lizzie, though Doll wants to kill V in the prom scene because she killed Doll's parents. But then Doll got defeated by N and Uzi. Now, I think this is the best time to talk about V's hatred to Uzi. Basically, when V saw the solver on Uzi's visor, V looks at Uzi in a suspicious manner and sees her as a threat. This explains this scene when Doll shows up again in her house at the end of the episode. Uzi is aiming at Doll while V is aiming at Uzi. This will also connect to her backstory, which we'll get into later. In episode 4, Uzi and her classmates head to Camp 98.7 to uncover secrets about her mother. N and V join as supervisors, but things spiral out of control when Uzi's absolute solver abilities manifest, turning her into something resembling a disassembly drone. V immediately sees Uzi as a threat and attacks, even accusing her as being connected to Sin. Then N steps in to de-escalate the situation, adding tension between the group. In episode 5, we finally get a deeper look into the backstory of the disassembly drones. Uzi helps N and V regain their lost memories, revealing their past as worker drones under Tessa's care. They uncover that Sin was responsible for turning them into murder drones. This explains V's aggressive nature and distrust. This episode gives much-needed context to V's actions and her complicated dynamic with Uzi and N. Also, the backstory, we see V as a zombie drone, just like what happened to Uzi in episode 4. When a worker drone turns like this, it means that they're like in between being affected by the solver though, not controlled or possessed by Sin. This explains V's behavior in previous episodes, and now this is where V's character slowly shifts. In episode 6, we see Tessa reunited with the murder drones and explore cabin fever labs so they can uncover the truth about the disassembly drones and the absolute solver, with challenges along the way. Also, I want to keep it a bit short so I can go into my opinions. Now, later in the episode, V looks at Tessa suspiciously, which we'll see why, of course, and the episode ends with V sacrificing herself and saying to Uzi, "I trust you." And in episode 7, nothing was shown about her. But then she returns in episode 8 to help Uzi, N, and other characters to stop Sin. We see a lot of her character changed. I mean, she literally says Uzi's catchphrase in the finale.
How about you bite me?
And her being more caring about other characters rather than N. And that's V's role in the series. Phew, now I can finally rant about V.
Yes, burn the child. Ah, my eyes!
Okay, I'll just say it. Murder Drones is a complex show, and most of us can agree on that. Personally, I'm not a huge fan when a show's plot is so difficult to follow. It kind of brings the experience down for me and makes it harder to create videos like this one. Haha. Also, I noticed some people in the comments on my comparison video found that a bit funny for some reason. Alright, so my first complaint about V kinda disappeared after episode 8, which is that I find her pretty hateful, but honestly that's just a normal opinion and it doesn't feel worth making a video about.
Just some constructive criticism.
Nice.
Though after episode 8 that issue wasn't a problem anymore since V's character changed for the better, but that actually led to another issue. Before we dive into that, here's a small nitpick. I think V feels a bit too similar to J. Of course they have their differences, but at times they just feel alike, and yeah, I know V was introduced first, but I feel like J had a better role and was just a more of a fun character overall. Now let's get into the juicy stuff that lead me to make this video. V's character arc had a lot of potential, but I don't think it was handled well. There wasn't that big moment where her character slowly shifted, and that kinda sucks. Compare that to N or Uzi, which yes, there are the main characters, but at least they had clear moments leading to their development. If V had 1 or 2 episodes focused mostly on her, it would have probably improved her character significantly. Look at the Amazing Digital Circus. Episode 3 and 4 focused on Gangle, Kinger, and Zooble, and we saw great character shifts because of that focus. Something like that for V would have been perfect. But I've compared Digital Circus and Murder Drones enough, and some fans aren't happy about that. Now, another good example of a well-executed character arc is the Emperor's New Groove. The main character Kuzco starts off selfish, greedy, and lazy, and honestly pretty hateable. But over time, you see him become more likable, less selfish, and ultimately a better person by the end. These are just examples of what I think V's character could have benefited from, a clearer, stronger arc. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do you think of V's character? Or any other character from Murder Drones? Let's chat in the comments or even my Discord server link in my About page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!